I'm going to show you how to multiply a 2-digit by a 1-digit number using the box method. For the first problem, we're going to use 23 times 4. Like we've learned earlier this year, when we're multiplying or dividing, it really represents an array. And because the 23 and 4 are two different size numbers, they're not the same, we know that that represents a rectangle array and not a square array. Because the 4 is smaller than the 23, I know that the 4 must represent the smaller part of our array or the smaller side of the rectangle. And then I'm going to use the 23 and I'm going to break it up because that's what the box method wants me to do. It helps me distinguish between the 10s and the 1s. I know the 10s is going to stand for a larger number, so my 10s is going to represent the larger spot of the smaller array I just broken into, or rectangle. And my 1s is going to represent my smaller rectangle to the right. So now I'm going to break up my 23 into 10s and 1s. I know there's a 2 in the tens place, so that represents 10 plus 10, which is equal to 20. So I'm going to label the top of my tens array with 20. That leaves me a 3 in the 1 spot, and that means 3 singles. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. So all I did was take the number 23 and break it up into 20 and 3, because I know 20 plus 3 will give me 23. And now I'm ready to multiply. I'm going to multiply my tens box, or my array. So I'm going to take the 20 and multiply it times the 4. So 20 times 4, you can do that several different ways. I know 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 is equal to 80. So I'm going to put my partial product is 80, because 20 times 4 is equal to 80. Now I'm going to multiply my 3 times my 4. So 3 times 4 is a math fact we already know, which is 10. That's my second product, partial product. Now I'm going to add my 2 smaller products, or my partial products, and add them together. That gives me 80 plus 12 is equal to 92. Therefore, the product of 23 times 4 is equal to 92. The next example we're going to use is 18 times 3. Again, those numbers are different, so my box is going to be a rectangle. Now I'm going to break it apart into my 10s and my 1s box, or 2 smaller arrays. And I know my smaller factor, the number I'm multiplying with, is 3, so that's going to represent the smaller part of my box. And then I'm going to split 18 into my 10s and 1s. So I only have 1 in the 10s place. That means I have 10, or just 10 really. And then I have an 8 in the 1s place, so that's 8 singles, which is equal to 8. Again, all I did was take 18 and split it up. So 10 plus 8 I know will equal 18. And I leave the 3 alone because I'm only splitting up this part, this side of the array. So now I'm ready to multiply. So I'm going to take my 10 times my 3, and that we know is 30. And then I'm going to take my 8 times my 3, and that is a fact we know, which is 24. Now I can add my 2 partial products, or 2 smaller products, to get my final product. So 30 plus 24 is equal to 54. Therefore, my product of 18 times 30 is equal to 54.